Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to Sean's Horror Corner. As always, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate everybody tuning in. Today, super excited to have back my great friends from that horror couple, Robby, Kaylie. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so
Happy
much
to
for
be
having
here, man.
us.
Happy to be here.
I'm glad you're happy to be here, Robby.
Dude, you've been killing it lately. I've been watching your episodes. You're in the several hundreds of subscribers.
It's moved up, but thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I was very excited to get over the 200 mark, and now
now it's like, how many subscribers you got? You could be like hundreds.
That's fair. I could say that. Yeah,
you could pluralize it, man. Pluralize.
I could. Yeah, and right now I don't really have a goal. Now I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to keep doing this, and we'll see what happens. So, but yeah, I'm very thankful for everybody that subscribed. When I first started doing this, I'm getting close to 2 years. So it was October 2 years ago when I started doing this. So at that time, I would have never thought 200 people subscribed to my channel. I'd have been happy to have 10. So to be less than 2 years in and have 200, I'm very thankful. So it's very nice.
Yeah, dude, just keep doing your thing. It's really turning into a cool thing, and I love seeing your new stuff. And I didn't think I'd be at the famous level I'm at either. So
right, I mean, I don't have business cards yet. I'm not as famous as you all, but that's my goal. I just hope someday to get to be as good as Robby.
Yeah, well, it's not going to happen overnight. It takes a lot of practice, and
I do appreciate your humility, though. That's very
yes.
very nice of you.
He's very humble. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, there's a skill to this, people. There's a skill.
There is, yeah, and that part I haven't found yet. I just talk. We haven't found a skill yet, so yeah.
The hard part is we talk about our favorites films, but we also have to talk about films not so much, and that is a good example of today, folks.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see what y'all think on this one, because I've had mixed opinions. I've kind of gone back and forth with my thoughts on this movie a little bit. So definitely curious to hear what you have to say. But before we get into Halloween Resurrection, go ahead and take a minute to promote your channel, talk about anything you might have coming up.
Well, recently something dropped.
We just dropped our review on Undertone this week, so make sure you guys are checking that out. I'm still working on editing reviews for Send Help, Psycho Killer, and Seven, which is Seven's going to be like a members only review because I'd never seen Seven. I finally watched it, and if you want to know my thoughts, that'll be on our members only.
What's in the box?
Yeah. So I'm just working on stuff on those reviews. Super pumped for the new Insidious movie coming up. That's probably our next big theater movie is Insidious.
When is it?
In August. Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So I'm super excited for that. And yeah, so make sure you're just subscribing, and we're on all social media.
Yes, and we're pretty good.
We're pretty good. I agree. Definitely go subscribe, check out that horror couple, become a member. There's cool merch you can get on there. You get the members only episodes like she was talking about. So yeah, go subscribe, become a member, follow on social media, and keep supporting that horror couple for sure. So
thanks, man. Thank you. Sean rocks our merch too. I appreciate that.
I do. Yes, I don't have it on today. I've got Michael on today, but
that's an awesome shirt.
So. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, I don't have an actual Resurrection shirt, although I'm about to go check out. I know we've talked about shirts a little bit. My friend Matt over at Getting Off was telling me he gets a lot of his stuff from Gutter Garb, I think is what
yes,
it's
called. We love them. I don't have it on right now. Yeah.
No, it's usually Fright Regs or Gutter Garbs for us. So yeah,
they're cool too. Mentioning to me is that they've got it's not just like this one doesn't apply to any particular movie. It's just Michael, right? But he was telling me a lot of the sequels, even there's a shirt for Halloween, a shirt for Halloween 2, a shirt for Halloween 3, a shirt for one for each one, and I'm like, that's pretty cool. That's what I need to look at. So still trying to build some money back up after the convention that I went to, but I want to definitely check it out and start trying to get some stuff from there because they look like they have a lot of cool stuff.
That's usually
they're so nice, and we love supporting them. That we have multiple shirts from the series. We have Halloween 2, Halloween 3, like you were talking about the individual sequels, and they have amazing artwork.
Their shirts are comfy too.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but that's usually the feeling after a convention. I usually leave broke but happy.
Mm-hmm.
That is the feeling.
100%.
I'm like, who needs a savings account? Come on now.
It's convention time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at this point, I figure I'm 54. If I haven't saved money now, I'm probably not going to. So,
yeah, but you got a lot of cool shit. So
I do. Exactly. Yeah, there's a lot, and I got a couple of new things the other day, but they don't apply to they don't apply to Halloween, so I don't really know. Like I got a new Terrifier figure and something else that I've got laying around here somewhere. But
Aaron's show. Aaron's show. You got to say that stuff for Aaron's show.
The physical media?
Yeah, I can
No,
pop it up on there.
Usually Aaron's like, what you guys pick up? You could tell him like you got this or that.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what I'll do with it. I feel like there's something else around here too, but right now there's shit everywhere, so I need to get it together. But anyway,
corner, Sean's Horror Corner is in disarray.
It was a little bit, yeah, because I ran out of. I feel like every couple of weeks I'm like, shit. Now I need more shelves because I've got to have some place to put all this stuff. So
that's how it was for me with movies at one point because we were running out of space for like shelf space for movies. So that's one cool thing about streaming. I just no clutter.
Yeah,
that's the one cool thing.
No, I can agree. Now I'm assuming neither one of you have any pickle soda, right?
No, I just have a water.
Dude, I was thinking of you the other day though. The other day I brought him up because I had a soda and I had a pickle in this hand and a soda in this hand. I bit the pickle and I swigged the soda back and I'm like, it's sort of like that, right?
Yeah.
A little bit. I mean, it's close, not quite, but you're getting there.
No, I'm like, it's kind of like Sean's Horror Corner of soda because
I still want to try it. Maybe I should put some of the pickle juice in like a cup with the soda. Because I don't know. I feel like I might like it.
He does Pepsi.
Well, typically I do Pepsi. I'm out of Pepsi at the moment, so this has actually got Dr. Pepper in it, which is what my dad used to drink. But
nice.
Pepsi, but it works with the other.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper's good.
It's a good cola, Dr. Pepper. I like that.
Yeah, it works. All right, we're going to be talking about Halloween Resurrection. We've been going through this franchise. Can't wait to hear you guys' takes on this one because I have been very up and down with this movie. There were times where I watched it and I'm like, that's actually fun. It's a good time. And there's other times I watch it and I'm like, this movie is trash. So I'm curious to see what the two of you think and where we land. Before we jump into anything, give me your spoiler-free thoughts on Resurrection.
I will say I think it's much more enjoyable when it's on AMC Fear Fest and it's October and you're in that mindset. I will say I agree with you on the enjoyment part. That's when I do enjoy it, is when it is already on AMC Fear Fest. However, putting it in, like having to find it and watch it outside of that, I will say brings a different experience for sure. It's definitely the very, very weak compared to the rest of them. In my opinion, for sure.
Okay.
Halloween Resurrection, it kills my erection for the series.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah. My penis is soft.
It's true.
And it's flimsy.
It's true.
And I just for someone that like loves the first two movies so much, like Halloween's my favorite movie, and this is just a weaker one. It's like the Candyman 3 of the series or something. It just, I don't know. And I was watching it last night and I was like, this is why Rob Zombie had to do his thing. Because I feel like the franchise was like going downhill so fast. And I feel like another type of resurrection after this would have been really bad. So it's just weak. It's weak. There's things I like about it, which I'll talk about. But my spoiler 3 thoughts are Resurrection kills my erection.
It's good to know. And I agree with some of what you were saying. We wouldn't need another one like this for sure. It
would have just been mid at best. If they did another one like this, it would have been, because I swear to God, I remember this, even though it's like 20 years ago now, maybe more. But there were supposed to be 2 movies coming out after Resurrection: The Birth of Michael Myers and The Death of Michael Myers. There were supposed to be 10. That was the rumor online, and then those never happened. But like, I'm just thinking, like, if they went off Resurrection, it would have just probably been weak.
Yeah, no, I agree with what you're saying. Now, it'll be interesting to get into a couple of movies down the road because you made the comment, this is why Rob Zombie had to do what he did, and
we needed a fresh start.
Giving everybody a heads up, I don't think Rob Zombie should have did what he did, but we'll get into those another time.
Why? Because you're like that stepdad was a terrible father. It's like a Chalice
thing. He was
thing.
a terrible father.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's a person, but
he was a terrible father. But Chalice saved the world.
Oh my Lord, not the Chalice. Although I'm going to say this, and then we're going to move on and talk about this movie. after meeting Tom Atkins, and he was such an amazing person to talk to, I kind of want to go back and watch 3 one more time and just see if it can be redeemed at all in my brain.
There you go.
I don't like that movie, but I really enjoyed meeting him, so I kind of want to go back and watch that one once more. We'll talk about Rob Zombie down the road because, I'm not a huge fan. We'll get into that later. All right, Halloween Resurrection.
That's going to be a cool episode because I disagree, and we can share our thoughts.
We can. I mean, so far every time we've disagreed, you've been wrong, but that's okay. We can see what happens.
Well, maybe I would agree if I could see your points like displayed on some kind of board or something.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. You're just going to have to listen closely.
Open up your listening ears.
Okay, that's right. Tagline for this one: Evil finds its way home. Brief synopsis for this movie: reality programmers at Dangertainment select a group of thrill-seeking teenagers to spend one night in the childhood home of serial killer Michael Myers. Their planned live broadcast turns deadly when Michael decides to crash the party. Released July 12th of 2002. Directed
crash
by
the party.
Yeah,
it's his house, bitch.
Distributed by Dimension Films.
Michael's like, this is my house. Get off my lawn.
$15 million. Box office of $37.6 million. Let me mention a couple of members of the cast real quick. Busta Rhymes, Bianca Kaylie, I believe is how you say it. I'm not sure. Brad Lorry, Sean Patrick Thomas, Ryan Merriman, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Banks.
Give me your thoughts.
I thought it was Brianna Banks. Tyra Banks. What was her name?
No. You're thinking of Tyra Banks. Yeah.
Yeah, Tyra Banks is there as well. I just didn't.
She's hot, dude.
She's all right. Give me your thoughts on cast and characters for this one.
Oh,
I didn't think there were. I liked our final girl. Like I didn't dislike her. I liked her. I thought her friends, like the 2 friends that she was friends with. I thought that they were like a nice little college group of friends. I love that part of it. I didn't think they did a bad job at all. I thought it was fun to see Ryan Merriman in this from the Disney Channel, and he went on to do Final Destination 3, which is cool.
Right. The American Pie guy.
Yeah. Oh, that was Tara Reid's boyfriend from American Pie. That was pretty cool. The guy from Save the Last Dance is in this. That's pretty cool. So a few of those people were popular at the time this was made, and I like that they did that. I don't really hate any of the cast. It's not really their fault.
Fair.
No, but their characters were like nothing. They were just empty characters. I some half-ass attempt at giving everybody a backstory. Remember, they were like, "This guy's a cook," and they're like, "This girl is studying whatever she was, the redhead, whatever she was studying."
Oh, criminal studies or something.
Yeah, it was like so. I don't know. I don't really not too memorable of each character, but they tried to half-ass explain each character briefly, and then. Yeah. So, but it did hold true to the time because that's the start of like reality TV, like The Real World and all that. All that was really big back then. So I do like the concept of everybody going into the Myers house because at that time I never saw the inside of the Myers house. Really, I mean, we saw Michael walk around, but
glimpses here and there. Mm-hmm.
At that time, we look at the films. There wasn't too much like let's walk around the Myers house. So as a fan, that was pretty cool to see in the Myers house. That's probably my favorite thing about this movie. They were in the Myers house. So
yeah. You know what, Robbie? You and I are actually going to 100% agree on some things you just said here.
Also, Brad Lorry was a decent Michael, and that mask, certain lighting, it looks good. Other lighting, I'm like, that's the worst mask I've ever seen. But there's certain lighting, certain angles where like that mask he looks angry. It's like a facial expression mask. But Brad Lorry wasn't a bad Michael at all. So
he wasn't terrible. I agree. But I 100% agree with what you were saying. I don't think anybody is bad as far as their performance. I think with what they were given, everyone did fine. I don't think anybody is amazing, but they were fine. They did what they needed to do. But I 100% agree with you that I could care less about this cast. With the exception of our final girl, she's okay. Again, she's not even that special in my opinion, but she's okay. The rest of these people, I don't care. I don't care about anybody in this movie, with the exception of Jamie Lee, and she gets killed right off the top.
That was so weak too. That was so weak. I thought that was so weak. I'm like, what the? For that whole battle of H2O to just end it so to end it like it doesn't matter, like it didn't even matter. It was just like I don't know, and like I don't know. I just hate the character.
I agree with you 100%. And I really feel like, I mean, they said that was, from what I'm understanding, that's the only way they could get Jamie Lee to be in this movie was to kill her off at the beginning. In my opinion, just don't have her in the movie. It would have been better than doing this. Just let Michael go home after what took place.
I thought about it last night. Instead of that half-ass like explanation, like it was a security guard and he couldn't speak because he got choked, and she decapitated the wrong person. You know what? That's terrible. You know what? And I was like, well, what else could they have done? You know what? And then I thought to myself, don't even explain it. Just have Michael in the house, and you know what? I don't really care why he's back or why he's there. Just have him in the house. Like have a bunch of people go into the Myers house and somehow Michael's there. It makes no sense. I don't care. But you know what? I hate that security guard storyline. It makes no sense.
See, I don't mind it too bad. I don't think it's great. I really don't mind it. I just don't think it was necessary to have Jamie Lee in this at all if this is what we were going to do. My other problem with this one, as far as spoiler free, and then we'll start talking through, because I agree with you, Robbie. I like the idea of a bunch of these people going in the house to explore. They can be recording it, doing that kind of stuff, because that's kind of what's happening at this time frame in life. That part's fine. It's an interesting idea. But Dangertainment is so over the top that it annoys the hell out of me. So
Dangertainment.
Yeah. So again, I don't mind the concept. I think we didn't need Dangertainment. This could have been these kids' idea on their own to just go in there and try to hang out and see what's going on. The Dangertainment part is too much. I don't like the opening.
Busta Rhymes is he's such a bad actor. Like Busta Rhymes, he's a shit actor, dude. Like, are you afraid to say so? Like,
no, I mean, I don't.
It was hard not. Everything he did, I was hard not to laugh at it. Dude, he was like, whoa! I was like, dude.
There's that. And that's a whole nother thing. But yeah, I mean, back in the day, I don't listen to that kind of music. I went through a phase of listening to a lot of that stuff. And for a little while, I liked Busta Rhymes. I listened to a lot of his music back in the day.
I'm talking about his acting.
Well, I'm getting there. So when I first heard he was going to be in this, I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. We had LL Cool J last time. We get Busta Rhymes this time. But this is done horribly, and I can't decide if I think it's just his character. This character is incredibly annoying. That karate stuff was ridiculous. It annoys me every single time. And again, I don't know if he really did a terrible job or this is just what he was given. Anybody that has to stand there and do this, shit, is gonna not do it.
I don't even know. Like,
they probably told him to do.
Were they trying to make it funny? Like, were they trying to make it funny? Like it was comedy?
I think so. I think they were trying to add that for the humor, and it didn't work. In my opinion,
the fight scenes were terrible. I mean, his dialogue was like. I feel like I could have done a better job. I'm like, wow, dude.
Pushing it.
What? No,
you're good. Go ahead.
I'm talented.
I've seen your impressions, so yes, you probably could have. So yeah, 100%. What about we talked about it a little bit, and I know Rob and I kind of shared our thoughts. What are your thoughts on this story, Kaylie?
I don't mind. I think, to be honest with you, for the time period, I thought that the reality, internet stuff was cool. It's a cool concept, but I hate that Jamie Lee is in it and just to kill her off. I think that part is terrible. And like you said, Sean, I agree with you. I just don't have her in the movie at all, and just have Michael like chasing these, college kids around the Myers house. We don't need her in the movie. Like right. It would have been better. I probably would enjoy it so much more if they didn't have that beginning backstory and her being tied into
basically the whole movie. We basically have no Jamie and we have no Loomis. So basically it's Michael just chasing around a bunch of kids we don't care about. We said that in part 5. One of your criticisms, I think, was like, we don't know these people. We don't know these people either, and they're running around the house and like that's another thing.
6 for sure. That's
I like the idea of being in the Myers house. That's exciting because we never got to go into the Myers house. I was watching it last night or the night whenever we watched it.
Night before last, yeah.
The way they lit it, it was so dark and dim that like I couldn't tell if that like checked out with like the layout of the house. Even there were stairs right when they walked in. That was correct. Right. But like this whole like side kitchen and all this other stuff, I don't remember being there. And like then at one point there was like an underground walkway that girl. I was like, where the hell is she? I was like, this is part of the house. I'm like, I don't even know if this makes any sense.
Yeah. So no, I completely agree. I didn't like because I'm kind of with you. I like the idea of being able to see inside the Myers house, and I was doing the same thing when I watched this a few days ago. I'm just remembering back because even in the first movie, we get shots of like the house that Lori is in when she's babysitting. So we get a few shots here and there, even when the movie's going off. But I was just trying to remember from what we saw, a little bit that we saw of Michael's house before. Does this look like Michael's house that I'm seeing in this movie? And I couldn't really tell. Some of it I thought, yeah, maybe a little bit. And then other things I'm like, where the fuck did this come from?
Right.
What is this now? Like the 7th, 8th movie in the franchise? And we've heard nothing about an underground lair that Michael goes into and keeps. Like there's all kinds of shit down there that normally they just, like there was an animal down there that it looked like he had eaten part of. That's normally just in the house. Like that's where Loomis and all them had found this stuff before. We didn't need this little basement thing that he's got hanging out down there. So there were things about that even that bothered me.
There was also that scene where the Rookie of the Year and the American Pie kid was like, this is where Judith Myers was there naked brushing her hair. And I'm like, and I was trying to like be like, I know that scene so well in my head. I'm like, this room looks like a completely different room. I'm like, I don't know if it and I would love it to check out, but I'm like, okay, I see like a window maybe, but I'm like, it doesn't even.
I kind of see the window. I see the little thing that she was sitting at, but something doesn't look right either.
It looks like the shape of the room's off. It looks like a big rectangle instead of like.
It looks like a bigger room.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
A much bigger room, because if I remember correctly, and I know I'm probably nitpicking here now, but that first one, when he goes in there, I mean, we see her sitting at this chair and we see her little desk thing in the mirror, but the bed is also right there. Like this looks like a small bedroom. And when they're walking around in it for this, looking around, there's all kinds of space to walk around in there and do all kinds of things. So even some stuff like that was bothering me a little bit. And then I'm like, maybe I'm just being nitpicky, but I think the part of the problem with this is it goes back to that opening scene. And I know we haven't really even got into it yet, but that opening scene sucks so bad that it just kind of rubs you the wrong way to even get the whole movie started. And so that it just makes it easier to start nitpicking things because you're already frustrated.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm with that opening scene. I felt like Jamie Lee was just phoning it in.
Yeah.
I felt like she just wanted to get this.
I could feel her pissed off aura. Like,
no, like
she was like, I'm done.
You said it was part of the deal that she had to show up for this. I feel like she was done with this character. She didn't want anything at the time. She didn't want anything else to do with it. I mean, because if she cared, she would have been like, Laurie's not going to check his mask when he's hanging upside down. She doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, she wouldn't have kissed him either.
Why does she care though? She's like, I got to be sure. I got to be sure. Why?
Well, because she killed the paramedic.
Yeah, but this guy's come.
This guy's want to do that again.
No, but this guy's coming after her anyway. I don't care. I don't care.
Agree.
I don't care who it is.
It doesn't make perfect sense the way he was, and that's the problem here. Is that we've seen Laurie do all this badass shit, right? We saw her survive 1, we saw her survive 2. Okay, then she's not in anything else, and she comes back for H2O. She's a badass in H2O,
yes.
And now she's just gonna be taken out so easily and quickly. I get her wanting to make sure it's not a paramedic, but this guy came looking for you. Like this is not a different set of circumstances. Like just.
If you were traumatized by Michael Myers and some guy shows up with a Michael Myers suit and mask on, swinging a knife at you, he deserves to die anyway. like, I don't care who it is. Like,
yeah, you crossed the line. I'm going to agree.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, so that's why David Gordon Green saved the day. There you go. The franchise was in the crapper, man.
Yeah, and it peeked its head out, then went back in there. But
the franchise, it was going downhill, and it was necessary. It was necessary. Oh, and that's another thing. Director Rick Rosenthal. He was the director of Part 2.
Right.
So you think he would be like
more?
Yeah.
You think
I love Part 2.
You think he'd be like that fucking room looks off? No. Yeah. What the hell? Like no, Laurie wouldn't do that. No.
Yeah.
Like look. Why did they? If they had Laurie for 2 scenes, why didn't they just have some kick-ass fight or something? Something like insane. Like have her just have some crazy battle. Like
right?
I don't know. You know what I mean?
No, I'm with you 100%.
I didn't like him like that whole trap too, where he's hanging upside down with the rope and he's like,
yeah.
I'm like, that's corny, man.
It was silly with everything else, but yeah, I'm with you. Just a couple of production notes I have for this. Not much here, real quick, but we talked about some of this on the previous one. This is the 8th installment in the franchise. It's the final part of the H2O timelines. The scene where Michael in the paramedic uniform that we get here was filmed actually the day after H2O wrapped up. So they had this idea way back then. And the original title for this film had 2 different titles at one point before they decided to change it. One was HalloweenMichaelMyers.com. That sounds ridiculous to me. And then we also had Halloween Homecoming. I don't mind that one. Halloween Homecoming would have been okay, in my opinion.
It actually works better than Resurrection.
I agree.
I mean, because it's his home. But right. Maybe the resurrection point was that he's not decapitated kids. He's back. I don't know. But
I guess so, yeah. But the HalloweenMichaelMyers.com sounds silly.
Yeah, that sounds like, I don't know.
How about
not a professional was going to do it?
How about Halloween hip hop version with Busta Rhymes, yo?
Let's not do that either.
That would have been a cool title.
I'm going to disagree. All right, let's open this up. We'll start talking about it a little bit. We've already talked about this opening scene here quite a bit, but we opened 3 years after what happened at Hillcrest Academy. Laurie's in an institution now. We find out that the Michael that she beheaded was actually a paramedic. Michael had crushed his voice box. Yeah.
My bad.
Arrives, we get, the nurses talking about Laurie and how she never talks, that kind of thing. But Michael shows up. We also briefly get an introduction to this patient named Harold, who's kind of funny. Seems to know
I liked him. The true crime expert. That guy was cool.
He was cool, yeah.
No, he named like real life true crime killers, and then he threw Michael into the mix. I thought that kind of made it like Michael part of like American history or something.
Yeah, that I didn't mind at all. We get Michael killing a couple of guards. He goes to Laurie's room, but she ends up hitting him from behind. We've kind of got a little bit of a trap set up there. She leads him to the rooftop where she's got another trap set, but she hesitates, and then Michael kills her. And as Michael leaves, we get Harold talking about Michael.
Now
we've already talked about this. Anything else you want to share on the opening scene that we haven't already talked about? I mean, we talked about it. We don't like it, but anything else?
Yeah.
It was Grace Anderson Sanitarium. It was giving me Smith Grove vibes, but I was like,
a little bit.
Yeah. So I thought, I don't know what else. What's there to say?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it was cool. The way they lit it was cool. The hallways looked kind of dark. It had some cool elements. He took out the security guards. That one guy was decapitated.
Those kills weren't bad.
The pool of blood wasn't bad. The head in the laundry machine was pretty cool. Right. Not bad. And this movie's not bad. It's just a bad Halloween movie. Like that's
a good point.
If it was called something else and Michael wasn't the killer, I would be like, hey, it's all right. But you know what? We love the hell out of it, so we just expect so much.
Yeah. No, I agree with what you're saying. 1 year after this incident, so Laurie's dead now. 1 year later, we meet this group of college students. We've got Sarah, Bill, Donna, Jen, Jim, and Rudy. They've won this competition where they get to appear on the internet reality show Dangertainment.
Dangertainment.
Directed by Freddie and Nora. They're going to spend the night in Michael's childhood home. And I guess they're looking for clues to try to determine why Michael acted the way he acted. We also briefly meet Deckard. He's at a Halloween party. He kind of has a thing for Sarah, and he's watching this live stream take place on these cameras there in the house. While this is going on, Charlie, who I guess is one of the cameramen for Dangertainment, Michael ends up killing him. What are your thoughts now? We've gotten all these characters. We've talked about them a little bit. Here's Dangertainment. Here's what they're doing, and then the kill of Charlie.
It's cool to see the inside of the Myers house, like we said, but the whole idea of this and why they're there is ridiculous. I mean, like you had Loomis study him for years, and he didn't. But these kids are gonna go in there and find the reason why Michael is the way he is. I mean, oh my god, dude.
Yeah,
it's like Loomis couldn't fully solve the puzzle, but you know what? That kid found this in the kitchen over there. I mean,
yeah.
ridiculous. I'm like,
No, I completely agree. And we kind of get a little bit later on. I mean, we find out that Freddie has basically set a lot of this up. So he's not really expecting them to find anything. He's just doing this for entertainment purposes.
He wants money. He's like, I want my money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much. But again, I think I don't mind the idea of the kids going in the home and kind of doing their own thing. But Dangertainment annoys the hell out of me. Freddie's character annoys me. even Nora, played by Tyra Banks, she's okay, whatever, but she's not paying attention to the cameras, or she would have seen the one guy get killed. She's on the phone or doing something anyway there. That kill as well, the cameraman kill here, is fine. But I think, with the first few things that are happening in this movie just has rubbed me the wrong way from the beginning. And so I'm struggling to get into it at this point.
And you know what? Kaylie was right. I think you said at the time it was kind of cutting edge.
Yeah, the technology that they were talking about, it was all like new, you know.
Is.
So like the internet and all that.
Reality TV, the internet, texting on phones.
So they did well talking about that stuff.
But the thing is, it's so weird to me how like in a quick period of time, 15, 20 years later, all that stuff is like obsolete now. You look at the phones and like the way they're texting, the font looks like really off, and like the big ass computers, like the computers look out of date. And I'm like, dude, it's so funny because I could watch a movie from like the 1980 or 78, and like it looks older, but like the technology like looks really out of date now. And I'm like, it wasn't that long ago. Mm-hmm. It's like I'm like, that's crazy. The phones look like seeing a flip phone. I'm like, Jesus, what year are we in? And like that bothers me. That bothers me more than like a 1975 phone for some reason. I don't know why.
No, I kind of feel the same way because there's a nostalgia to me for that earlier like 70s and 80s stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, this is so ridiculous. But it is what it is. That's fine.
Dangertainment.
The other thing I don't like is all the head cameras. But I mean, again, I realize that's so that they can record stuff. But I thought that was a little bit of a stretch. I feel like they would have been doing something else to record rather than these head cameras. Maybe not, but
were those like hip back then? I don't
remember those ever being that hip unless you were like climbing mountains and shit to show people, and you couldn't hold on to a camera. That's what that was for, or like mine shafts and stuff like that.
It's like it's a GoPro. Is that what they call a GoPro nowadays?
I guess so.
I guess.
Yeah.
I just thought it was dumb, but
it is dumb.
While they're doing their search, of course, like we said, Deckard is watching. What are y'all thoughts on Deckard? Let's ask about him for a minute.
I like him, but that's probably because I know him from like the Disney Channel and the show Pretty Little Liars and Final Destination 3. So I was like, oh, I know him. So it's just he's a familiar face. So I was excited to add him into the cast, and I thought it was kind of funny that he was like emailing like a college girl, and he's in high school, I guess. And the banter between him and his friend was pretty funny. Yeah.
Yeah, not bad. I do like some of the things we get here is they're all walking around and searching. So here are some of the positives as far as the movie. I think we get some really cool shots of Michael kind of walking around the house and stalking them when they don't know he's there. Like we get a scene here pretty quick with, I think it's Bill and Jen. And they're the ones that are doing the whole thing in Michael's sister's room and that kind of stuff. But we see Michael kind of walk by the doorway and stop and watch them for a second. I think we get some good shots of Michael kind of lurking in the shadows here while they're all doing their thing. But eventually Michael ends up killing Bill. He like stabs him in the head. I like this kill. We get Donna and Jim who find this wall that's filled with fake corpses and props. And so they kind of realize everything's a setup. Give me your thoughts here so far. We talked a little bit about Donna and Jim and the props, but what do you think about Bill's kill?
We see titties.
We do.
Those are my thoughts.
I think that Bill's kill was kind of shocking because his face, he's so recognizable from American Pie.
Yeah.
And he doesn't. That's a different kind of film. So when you see his face, it kind of, you're like, oh, he's safe because I know him from this kind of movie.
Rookie of the year for me.
Yeah. See, I've never seen that, but
yeah.
But it's just weird. Like, it's effective. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it works. What are your thoughts here? Because once people start realizing what's going on, did you find the scene entertaining where Freddy is dressed as Michael and the real Michael comes up behind him and then Freddy thinks that it's the cameraman? So we get Freddy talking to Michael, not realizing who it is. Is this scene funny to you or is it also stupid?
For a second, it's like,
I thought it was funny.
What's going on? Yeah. But then, and once I find out what's going on, I'm like, this is stupid.
I think it's kind of funny, like maybe.
This one I didn't mind too much. I thought it was funny for a minute. It goes on a bit too long. Like it's kind of funny to me. I'm like, oh, that's funny. He doesn't realize who it is. But the way he just keeps going, like Michael should have fucking cut his head off right then.
Yeah.
I just can't see Michael just standing there and listening to this bullshit and then walking away. He didn't listen to Loomis or anybody else, but he's going to listen to this guy. Like that part, it went too long. It was funny for a minute, but then it just kept going, and I'm like, why is Michael listening?
And
Why did he just turn around and walk away?
And I feel like just story-wise, like why did the head of like Dangertainment have to survive this whole thing? He's the reason for all of this. He should have died. Like it, I don't know why he's a survivor. It makes no sense. Like because and he was annoying me. I think maybe because he had a rap following, they didn't want to kill him. But I'm like, dude, kill him.
I think what they were trying to do. I read a couple of things. I didn't make note of it. LL was such a hit in.
I loved him. Yeah.
Everybody loved LL and H2O, and I even. It's funny. I was just listening to Slasher Radio's newest episode, and they were talking about Deep Blue Sea, and so they were talking about LL Cool J and that. And Rob made the statement there that you got to be careful. You put LL in a movie, and he's just going to steal it. Like he's going to be the best character in the movie.
Yeah,
I think they were hoping to duplicate Busta Rhymes in this, like what LL was in the first one, and it just didn't work.
I think LL Cool J was honestly taking his role seriously, though. I think he really was. I think he was
a better actor.
No, he is a better actor, and I think he was trying. I think he really was trying to do a good job. I think Busta Rhymes just thought he's already a star, and I don't know, he can do whatever.
Or maybe they were telling him, be more silly. Maybe they told him, and that's why he probably.
I don't think they cared because back then it was a trend to have rappers in horror movies. So I just thought they got his name and he agreed to it. That's all. I think that's all they cared about. Like I don't think
I think it's a little bit of both. I agree with you 100%. That was the thing back then. So let's do it with this one too. And they were trying to duplicate what they did in the previous one. But I think you could also tell just from some of the overtop karate stuff and the way he's talking to Michael here when they're facing each other. I think there's supposed to be some comedy there. It's just not landing for me. So it bothers me even more.
What's the thought process though? Like, let's get some hip hop kids to watch this. Like, I don't understand. Like,
well, young people,
trying to bring in a different audience.
Yeah, they probably wanted to bring in a whole spectrum of people. So they thought if they bring somebody in who's popular in music, maybe people that don't really like horror will be like, oh, well, I like him, so I'll come watch that. So I don't know.
Yeah, but they kind of did that with who is that chick that was like really young in Halloween, but she came back when she was in. But now she's like a housewife.
Oh, Kyle Richards?
Yeah, Kyle Richards. She came back for the newer ones, but she has history in Halloween movies, so the whole thing made sense. But I thought her character could bring in a new crowd of like...
Oh, the ladies that like watching the housewife shows?
The ladies that like the housewife shows, that could bring in a new crowd. But there's a reason for her being there. Busta Rhymes makes no sense.
No, I agree. And I think, and again, this is not going to be 100%, but it's in the ballpark. So... apparently they looked into bringing LL Cool J back.
Yeah.
However, by that point, he had become a bigger star and wanted much more money, and Busta Rhymes was cheaper.
Well, they should have ponied up. Yeah.
Yeah, they should have asked Snoop Dogg. Oh, they just had to give.
He would have been funny.
Oh, just give him some weed.
I don't know if it would have been any better. Still, he would have been funny. That's fair. Donna and Jim. Like I said, they end up finding this wall with these fake corpses, these props. They realize this is all a setup. Donna ends up finding some of Michael's stuff. Jim takes off. He leaves. And then we get Michael killing Donna, stabbing her up against some things that are sticking out there.
Yeah, and I brought it up before. I don't know where she is. She's in some tunnel. I don't know where she is.
It is very awkward. Most of the people watching this on the live stream all think this looks great, but Deckard is beginning to believe this is real. Did you think that Deckard was figuring this out too soon, or did it ever cross your mind?
I didn't think about it, but now that you mention it, it was like as soon as someone actually died, he was like, "That is real." Like he's like he called it right away. So
he did. It was too soon for him to have figured it out. And if I'd have been one of the other people in the house, I probably would have thought he was an idiot. Now I would have been wrong because it turns out to be real. But I think my reaction would have been the same as everybody else's. Like, "Oh wow, somebody got killed. That's so cool." Like that kind of thing. This guy is apparently.
Deckard was cool though because he was like invited to like a party and he's like, "Yo, fuck their party. I'm doing my own thing," and he just wanted to. That's like us. We would just put on a horror movie and be
probably,
our own thing. No, I get it.
Yeah.
I will say the Halloween atmosphere in this movie is like awesome during the party and like the college setting and the decorations. They did do a great job setting up like the Halloween atmosphere. That's the one thing I will praise them on.
I thought the Michael Myers mask did look cool in certain lighting. Like it looked like an angry face. I met Brad Laree at my first convention, and I said I didn't know what I was trying to think of something positive to say about the movie. I said, your Michael Myers had the coolest mask, and he said other people have said that to me before. He's like, you're not the only one that have said that. I'm like, oh, cool.
I think it's that angry look, and that's I love this franchise. Overall, I love this franchise. I love Michael Myers. I've said this multiple times, so this is not going to be a shock. 1, 2, and 4, all 3 of those are in some of my favorite movies of all time. I love those movies. One of the biggest issues I have, and a lot of people have the same issue, is how different the mask looks from movie to movie. Mm-hmm. I like the fact that this one, you hit it right on the head. He looks angry. This looks like a very pissed off Michael. It
was also consistent, unlike H2O, where they kept changing the mask every scene. Right. It was,
I like the consistency. It is kind of cool that he looks angry. But even that, I'm like, no mask has ever looked like this before. Where did he find this mask where now he's angry instead of everything else? That bothered me a little bit.
It was also like a dark gray. It looked like a dark gray, but the cheekbones or something here just looked like evil. It was a cool look, but in other angles though, it looks stupid to me. Right. Like I can't explain. Like certain angles, certain angles, his hair was up like this. He's like,
No, I completely agree. It looks very awkward at times. The rest of the group there, then Rudy, Sarah, and Jim, they end up finding Freddy in his Michael costume, and he reveals to them that this is all a show. He's begging them to cooperate because he just wants to get paid. They seem to not really want to be a part of this anymore. But then as they're getting ready to maybe head out, they end up finding Bill's corpse. And then Michael ends up decapitating Jen in front of the rest of the group. Her head goes falling down the stairs. At this point, Deckard decides to call 911. We get Michael killing another one of the guys there, Jim. He crushes his head. Sarah, she's taken off running away. Michael ends up getting Rudy in the kitchen, stabs him to a door. And Sarah starts reaching out to Deckard for help. So now that they all know what's going on, we've got a couple more kills here with Jen, Jim, and Rudy. What are your thoughts here? Do you like these kills? Pace has picked up a little bit here now that they know what's happening. What were your thoughts here?
I just looked at my notes and I forgot to say something.
But go ahead.
They mentioned Dr. Mixter in the kids when they were talking to each other, right? Didn't someone?
At the beginning of the movie.
They said Dr. Mixter, and Dr. Mixter was mentioned at Halloween too. He was one of the doctors in the hospital. So
I missed
that's got to be on purpose. I forget where they were. They
were in school. They were right.
Yeah, they were in school or something, and they're like, "Well, Dr. Mixter," and I was like, "Dr. Mixter, that sounds so familiar." And Kaylie recognized it right away. She's like, "No, they said Dr. Mixter in Halloween too." They were like, "Dr. Mixter" on the walkie-talkies, and so that had to be Rick Rosenthal, just doing a wink to let's mention one of the doctors from my other film. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, and I totally missed that, so that's a good catch.
Yeah, that's why I'm here, man. I'm a professional.
Right. No, I appreciate that because I completely missed that. What are your thoughts on these other kills? And now that everyone knows what's truly going on,
we got
We're here for you.
I like the decapitation scene. It wasn't that bad. The blonde-headed girl's head falling down the stairs was cool.
The Rudy kill was like Bob's kill, so that was a little reminiscent.
Right.
So that was and it's kind of funny too because the guy was like a cook and he got him in the kitchen. So that was kind of a weird metaphor or whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
And his theory was, he goes, I think it was in the food, his diet. He goes, there's a lot of serial killers, they just eat Twinkies. Yeah. And I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's crazy to me. Yeah, I didn't mind some of this. I thought it was a little better compared to some of the other stuff we're getting. Not that I thought any of it was great, but compared to some other things we've gotten so far, this was a little better, and I was enjoying the movie a little more at this point. So we got Sarah reaching out to Deckard for help. He's messaging her and try to help her avoid Michael. There's one point where she's on the roof, I think, and he tells her where Michael is, and so she's trying to escape.
That's another thing. The roof looked totally different than part 4.
Completely different. I agree.
The roof was 100% different. I'm like, where's the consistency here? That's the thing. That's the word I wanted. Consistency. I'm like, they should have I don't know. They should have gave enough of a crap to make the rooms look the same or have the same layout or something. I'm like, it's like in 5 when they gave us the Victorian house. I called it out there too. When he's like, "Go home, Michael. Go home."
You did call that out. I remember that. Yes. Yeah, I agree.
That was Loomis.
It
Great.
did look odd. As this is going on, Freddy ends up finding Sarah, and so somehow Freddy now knows also what's happening, even though we haven't seen him for a few minutes. He knows what's going on, and then we get the most annoying shit in this entire movie. After everything that's happened so far, Freddy and his fucking karate, where he's fighting Michael.
My God.
This just annoys me so much.
Dude, by the way, they didn't even set up this character to have like a martial arts background or anything. They had one clip of him in a hotel watching kung fu movies. So that makes him an expert at like knowing how to fight, like because he watches kung fu movies.
Yeah.
They could have mentioned like, when I'm not studying martial arts.
They should have said that.
Yeah,
that
like,
would have made so much more sense. And we could have taken it more seriously. It would be like, yeah, he's an expert. He got this.
One sentence, it could have been like, yo, I used to like study martial arts. Now I'm trying to do like, Dangertainment. Yeah. Just say something like that. Because like when I'm seeing the guy being like, ooh, Chung Lee's fighting. And then,
I will say, for some reason, I totally forgot to mention that as well. Because, yes, we get that scene earlier in the film where he's like in a hotel and he's watching Wai Chung Lee or whatever the guy's name is. He makes a comment there at some point, and I don't know why it's so funny to me. But he says something about, look at that, Wai Chung Lee whooping everybody's ass while smoking a cigarette. And I'm like, okay, that's funny. I like that. That cracks me up for some reason. I don't know why. But, yeah, even if he would have, the noise, even if he knew karate and was trying to use the karate to fight Michael, I still don't think I would like it, but it would have been okay. But we go over the top with him trying to sound like Bruce Lee or whatever, and it annoys me so.
That was the thing. LL Cool J, and it's not like it's up to the actors, but LL Cool J never like said, "Let me whoop Michael's ass." Like, because I think LL Cool J, like he said he was a fan of Halloween. He knows like anyone, I want to get killed by Michael. Why would you want to whoop Michael's ass? Like, have some respect for the character.
Well, they might have just said kick him around or whatever and make the noises. I don't know.
Yeah, but you're not even gonna have Jamie Lee whoop his ass in the beginning, but you're gonna have Busta Rhymes do some like kung fu. It's
I hate this. I hate it a lot. This just really, really bothers me.
It's not even the kung fu that bothered, but also the talking shit during it was just ridiculous. He was like, "Happy fucking Halloween."
Yeah, it was way too much. It was way over the top and annoys the hell out of me. At one point, he finally does get stabbed. Michael's able to stab him, and then we get kind of a chase going on. Through this chase, we find out, I think Sarah comes across Nora's body because she just vanished. Like, we don't know what happened to Nora until Sarah finds her body. So Tyra Banks' character gets killed off screen, obviously. They end up in the garage. Sarah now has a chainsaw that she's trying to use. This electrical fire ends up getting started. Freddy returns to fight Michael again. We get round to between Freddy and Michael, and then they're finally able to use these cables to electrocute Michael, and Freddy and Sarah are able to escape. The chase, Michael chasing Sarah through the house, Freddy showing back up, chainsaw, electrical fire. Did you enjoy any of this, or was it too over the top?
No, it's just for dramatics, like the whole thing on fire, and then like, I don't know. I found it really cheesy. Like, the place is on fire. He has the girl, and he turns around just to be like, "Happy fucking Halloween!" Like, just to talk shit. I'm like,
yeah,
it's just so like, I don't know. It's just something that would only happen in like a movie. You know what I mean? It's so like movie-ish to me, and I'm like, dude, that's not real.
You feel like it feels forced, yeah.
No, it is a movie, but I'm like, that's so like by the book. I'm waiting for that one-liner, and he has to shoot something stupid out, and I'm like, okay.
I completely agree. I just felt like this was all way too over the top. I don't enjoy this at all. As we move into our finale. We get here, the cops, the ambulance, everybody, fire trucks, everyone's arrived. There's a news crew out there interviewing Sarah. She thanks Deckard, for trying to help her around. Freddy has to show up one more time, as if we've not heard enough out of him. Then he has to give this, big impressive speech to the news media that's also annoying, where he talks about Michael being a shark or something. I don't know.
Oh, what was that? But he's like, Michael Myers ain't some catchphrase. He ain't no punchline.
I think he's saying he's nothing to. Maybe they were trying to go with like he's like an actual evil force. Like,
yeah, but dude,
don't underestimate him, kind of thing.
He's saying that now, but he was the one putting props in the house and trying to make money at this.
Maybe that was their way of bringing his character like full circle for him.
I think it was supposed to be. I think that's what it was supposed to be. Is him realizing how serious this all was. But again, his speech is so over the top, in my opinion, that even that doesn't work. I don't think you can appreciate the development of his character because he's so over the top. Michael is soon to be dead and taken to the morgue, but then as the coroner is preparing to examine Michael, we see his eyes pop open, so we know Michael's not dead, and that's the end. What are your thoughts on the finale?
I'm happy it's over.
Yeah,
but dude, he unzipped the body bag just to talk more shit too. It was ridiculous. It's like, what did he say? He's like, you crispy crab motherfucker, never rest in peace.
Yeah.
Never rest in peace.
Sarah wanted to see the body for some reason. I don't know why she wanted to see it, so they unzipped it so she could see it, and then Freddie had to make another comment. But yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, no, I did. This is like ridiculous, dude. Oh god.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
If you like the first couple Halloweens, the classic ones, I don't know how you can like this. And like I said, the only thing I liked was the look of Michael and the house, and that's about it. So
and the decorations.
Yeah.
Again, there's a few things in there I don't mind. There's a brief moment in this where I was starting to enjoy it a little bit, and then the Freddy stuff comes in and ruins it again. Before we rate this one, is there anything else you want to mention about Halloween Resurrection?
It's weak as hell. I just think it's weak. It's probably my least favorite in the whole series. I
agree with that.
I think it's the worst one. I don't know who they were trying to like bring in with this. I don't know what they were adding to the franchise. I don't know what the thought process was. You have Rick Rosenthal, who was there for part 2, and none of that really showed other than dropping a doctor's name. Like, I just don't understand. Like, let's get the director from part 2 and just throw in Busta Rhymes, and anybody would have been better than Busta Rhymes. You could have brought back Paul Rudd. You could have brought back anybody from Michael's past. Dr. Wynn. You could have brought back anybody. I don't know what, other than it being a trend for rappers, I don't know what the thought process was with this. So,
fair. So, anything, Kaylee, you think was different?
No, I realized watching this, like I said, on our own and it not being on AMC Fear Fest, I do not like this movie. I don't at all. And I'm going to skip it when it comes on Fear Fest this year.
I put it on a couple days ago because I'm like, I'm getting together with my friend Sean. This is going to be great. I love Sean. He's sexy. And that's what I was thinking. And then I was like, maybe I could find some good stuff about this, and maybe I could bring up some good stuff. Dude, I was bored.
It felt like 3 hours.
I was bored.
Like an hour and 29 minutes. Yeah.
The coolest part was leading up to the house, and once they were in the house, them running around the house and everything else. I'm like, this is boring. I'm like, it was just, I don't know. I was just very bored. Like, it felt like a 3-hour movie, and it wasn't. It felt
way longer than it is. I completely agree with you. Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give Halloween Resurrection?
I would give it a 3 out of 10. Okay. It's my least. It's not one I really will rewatch. Like I said, I used to enjoy maybe catching a few glimpses of it on AMC Fear Fest, but other than that, it's not worth it, and it's the weakest in the franchise. So definitely a 3 out of 10 for me. Okay.
Nah, yeah, I'll agree. I'll just agree. I was gonna say 4, but 3 is good. Actually, I gave Ugly Stepsister a 4 though. Yeah, 3. I'll give it a 3. This sucks.
That's fair.
And that's
I gave Ugly Stepsister a 1. So I don't know how you even give it a 4. I agree with this one. I've watched this movie multiple times, and I think every time I watch it, hoping that I'm going to enjoy it, and every time I just come out frustrated and a little disappointed. It's got some decent scenes. There are a few things in the movie that I like. But overall, this is not a good one. And so for me, I'm almost the same place that you guys are, but I'm going to say a 4. I give it a 4 out of 10. It's not good.
No,
that's very disappointing to me.
think you're right. Actually, I said 5 or 4 last night, and then Kaylie, I just felt like agreeing. So I was gonna say 4 too. We actually agreed. No, it's sloppy. It's just the whole thing is sloppy, and it shows. The whole thing's sloppy, and
it should be on Tubi.
It feels like a Tubi movie. Mm-hmm. This feels like really a fan. Does. It feels like a fan film. It feels like
that's what I was trying to say earlier.
It feels like some guys just wanted to make a tribute to Michael, and like they didn't do well. But I mean, I don't know. And then if you have Jamie Lee for like a limited time, why not do something better? Yeah, like just do something better.
Like not used her. I mean, this was the only way she would be in this film is if they would kill her off. And again, I say just don't have her in the film. It just really wasn't necessary. And it would have made. Not that they try to bring all these timelines together, but if you had just left her out of this movie, then to bring her back for Halloween in 2018, and let's say that the last time we saw her would have been H2O, that would have made more sense. Now the kid part doesn't make sense because she had a son here and she's got daughters here, so it still doesn't completely line up. But it would have just made more sense for her. We haven't seen her
honestly. You're right, but I think it's marketing. I think they wanted Jamie Lee Curtis on their movie poster.
Oh, I'm sure.
And that's what it was. They wanted Jamie Lee Curtis on. They're like, new Halloween film, Jamie Lee Curtis on. Did this get a theater release? Because I don't remember it being in theaters.
It did. It just was not big. So
I remember I got the DVD.
37 million. It made 37 million at the box office. The budget was 15 million. It made 37 million. People went to see it. People went to see the movie, but I think a lot of people were disappointed with it. And I think that the reason people went to see this movie is because of how good H2O was, in my opinion. Because that happens a lot with these franchises. If a movie does really well or it turns out to be really good, everybody goes to see the next one hoping that we're going to get something similar, and this one just wasn't even close.
Yeah, and back in the day, I remember my friend and me, we were really into horror movies, and we were reading the internet rumors about what was coming next, and it was supposed to be 10 movies altogether because this was the 8th. So one of the things that he read was he said to me, like, Michael's still in the house and people are going to go back into the house and he's going to kill off Busta Rhymes. That was like one of the things I read. I was like, okay, at least kill him this time. But I understand now why they had to restart everything. I really get it. But like I said before, why not excuse the whole decapitation of H2O and just start fresh with Michael in the house? We don't need an explanation because this whole series doesn't explain the sequels the whole way through. They don't. They ignore what they want to. They ignore what they want to ignore. This whole franchise. So
they really do. As much as I like Michael, as much as I like Halloween, I hate the fact that there are so many timelines and that we try to ignore things and go on and do other stuff. I feel like this could have been done so much better. But yeah, this one just was a bummer. And to a degree, I understand. Maybe they needed to start completely fresh. I don't necessarily like the direction they went to do so. We'll talk more about that down the road.
I think they did a fantastic job.
They did a fantastic job in 2018.
I thought Rob Zombie brought an excellent white trash version of this, and I thought it was great.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
It was like watching like Roseanne Connor and Michael Myers together.
Oh my lord, that's a Roseanne reference. Oh my lord,
she was in a horror movie. What? She was in like Freddy or something.
Freddy.
She was in one of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies.
I thought so.
Was that Freddy thing like a tribute to Freddy? The whole time they were calling Busta Freddy. Was that like a?
Honestly,
that's interesting. Maybe I don't know.
You were reading your notes. You're like, at this point, Freddy and Michael are battling, and I'm like, it sounds like you're saying Freddy Krueger. Mm-hmm. I'm like,
it's fair. Yeah, I don't know. It could have been. The only thing I ever, the only crossover I ever heard that we almost got with Michael was at some point there was almost a Michael versus Pinhead. That was thrown around a little bit, but then things just never could get settled to actually make it happen.
Carpenter was going to direct it and Clive Barker was going to write it. That was the plan. Yeah. I saw that in like some DVD extra I have. And Makad, that guy, one of the Makads didn't like the idea because
didn't like what was happening.
He said Michael doesn't walk through walls and do all the Pinhead stuff. It's not going to work. So it probably wouldn't have.
It probably wouldn't have. It probably wouldn't have. But it might would have been better than this shit that we just watched.
But there was also a rumor they were going to do Freddy versus Jason versus Michael. They were going to.
Oh.
That was a rumor online for a while, and this is like early 2000s before
See,
like
that one I had never heard. I had heard Freddy, Jason, and Ash.
No, I heard that too. I heard that too. But there was supposed to be a Freddy vs. Jason sequel, and the rumor was Michael Myers is going to be in on it this time. So they were going to get like the big three together.
That would have been cool.
But
I would so watch that.
Yeah, just to see them on the screen at the same time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Freddy vs. Jason was really good too. They brought because they respected both storylines. Like so, you know.
Yeah, it's not bad. And we're gonna.
It was just
eventually.
It was missing Busta Rhymes. That's the only thing it was missing.
Yeah, that's gonna be okay. But all right, so that's Halloween Resurrection. None of us scored this one very high. I guess Robby and I said a 4, Kaylie said a 3. Yeah, none of us seem to be big fans.
It's the worst one. Like it's the worst one. I mean, you could hate Rob Zombies, but I mean, it's better than this.
It's not the worst one. That's still to come.
What?
What? You left Rob speechless.
Oh, ends! It's ends. He's gonna save the.
Well,
There are 2 movies still.
No,
to come
you can't. You can't diss Ends, man. Ends is a masterpiece.
There are 2 movies still to come that are worse than this one, in my opinion.
Me and Humphrey, we agree.
Yeah, and I mean, I respect both of your opinions. This is just the one that I disagree with you guys.
I don't think you respect my opinion, Sean, because then you'd be having a big whiteboard behind you.
Oh my!
I don't always agree with you. But
with marker, you'd have a marker.
There you go.
I'm gonna let you do that because you keep telling me that for your channel, Kaylie does all the work. Well, that's how you're going to solve that. You're going to start writing on the board.
I thought I had a good idea and I gave it to you, though. You should run with it.
Give it back to you. I trust you to handle it.
All right, man.
No, we're good there. All right. So before we get out of here, go ahead and take a minute again to talk about your channel. Anything that you have coming up you want to promote.
I'm working on reviews for Send Help, Psycho Killer, and a members only review for 7. And we are super looking forward to going to see the new Insidious movie. That's probably going to be our next big theater review. So super excited. I love that. I love that franchise. That's in September. Okay. But yeah, we'll see that too. But yeah, definitely make sure you're subscribing, and we have all social media, so check us out on there.
And Undertone just dropped yesterday, so check it out.
Yeah.
Yep.
And please tell your friends to tell their friends, and to have your mom subscribe too. It doesn't matter.
Absolutely, yes. Go check it out. Like I said, become a member. Always great stuff on there.
I need the money.
Robby needs the money. Kaylie does an excellent job, and Robby hangs out. So
hey,
thank you.
Don't tone down my excellence.
I'm kidding. But yes, and definitely listen to the Undertone episode. I love that movie, so I really enjoyed listening to y'all talk about it.
You gave it a 9, dude. You gave it. I
love that movie.
A 9.
My favorite movie of the year.
It was scary. Yeah.
I liked it too. I thought I gave it a good score, but you were like 9, and I was like, that's pretty high.
I gave it such a high score because this is the first movie, and I couldn't tell you how long. That after I watched the movie, I'm like, that was actually scary. It takes a lot to scare me anymore.
It is scary.
Yeah. Desensitized to it, and that one was scary, and I appreciated the fact that for a minute I was scared. Because I just don't feel that watching movies anymore, and so that bumps it up there for me.
It was relatable too with the laptop and the phone sounds and just all this stuff.
Very modern, yeah.
Yeah, it's like this girl's on a podcast. So I'm like, this is so relatable, and like unlike Resurrection, the technology was really up to date. It's up to date.
Yeah, I agree. Undertone's a fantastic movie. All right, what do I have coming next week? I'll have an episode come out on Primate. I just got to watch that finally the other day, so I'll be talking about Primate.
Oh, I want to see your thoughts. Actually, I liked it, so you're probably like 4.
It's better than what we watched today, if that helps any.
Okay. Sean's probably like, what's with all this monkey business?
No, well, you'll hear it. That will come out on Monday, actually, my episode on Primate. Tuesday, the 4th, I have a live stream with Horror 365, Swift, and Jimmy from there. As well as Cece from Cece's Horror. We're all going to be talking about Leprechaun for the live stream.
I'm clapping for Cece, and I like Swift too, and Jimmy.
Episode next week, you guys are going to be back on my channel as well to talk about Friday the 13th 7. So that's happening.
King's debut.
And Ken from Sledgehammer Horror will be back to talk about Seed of Chucky. So yeah, Primate, Leprechaun, Friday the 13th 7, Seed of Chucky, all next week. A lot of fun stuff coming. Be sure and subscribe so you don't miss anything.
Ken is a good guy.
Ken is a good guy. Yeah, looking forward to talking Seed of Chucky with him. Although I'm very curious to hear his opinion because I'm a big fan of Chucky. He and I have rated a lot of this franchise fairly high. Spoiler alert, I don't like Seed of Chucky at all. That movie annoys the hell out of me.
Neither do I, but he might like it because he likes Jason Goes to Hell. So.
Yeah, Ken's a good guy, but he's
like once in a while he'll take like that different thing out of the series and be like, I like it. So yeah.
I'm interested to hear you guys' thoughts on it for sure.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
But I like Halloween Ends, so who am I to say?
Yeah,
that's a good point. It's a really good point.
It's a masterpiece, John. It's a masterpiece.
Yeah, we might skip that one and just talk about that 2009 Friday the 13th movie twice.
No,
because I'm skipping that one.
We got to talk Corey. I mean, come on.
Can we give a film a 0?
You can if you feel the need. Yes, but no, we'll
cover
them all.
That movie's getting a 0.
But yeah, so like, subscribe, comment, let us know what you think about Halloween Resurrection. Do you think this is as disappointing as we do? I'm on every form of social media there is out there as well. Just search Sean's Horror Corner and you'll be able to find it. Robby and Kaylie, thank you again so much for coming on. It's been a blast as always.
What a straight-to-video feel this movie had.
100%. And I feel bad because now the last 2 movies we've talked about, we've not been big fans of, with The Ugly Stepsister and Halloween Resurrection. I have a Friday the 13th 7. That's the next one we're talking about. Maybe we'll enjoy that more.
Well, that's one of the better ones.
Yes.
That's one of the better ones.
I'm excited to talk about that one.
Okay, very good.
You got a problem with 7?
No.
No,
in the franchise.
Your micro expression was like, yeah.
I mean, it's fine. It's much better than 5.
Yeah.
I like it better than 5.
No, I think it's
about it.
it's one of the best.
Better than stuff that comes after it, for damn sure. So yeah, I don't dislike 7. It's going to be fun to talk about. So
yes.
Kane's debut.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and it's definitely better than Ugly Stepsister and Halloween Resurrection. So
yes,
it'll be much more fun to talk about than these 2 were.
And that damn Friday remake.
You're going to be all right, Robby.
I hate that shit.
I can tell. Something gave me that impression. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was so disappointed. That was like how long ago? 20 years ago almost, and I'm still pissed about it.
I see this.
I saw it in theaters, and I was so let down.
I saw it in theaters twice.
You went back?
I did. We'll get into that one. There's a reason.
Yeah, we'll talk about it then.
You look shocked right now. Yeah, we'll talk about it. You'll get to hear my take because my opinion of that movie has changed.
Were you high on painkillers? Is that what happened again?
Not. No.
Oh, okay.
Thankfully, no. It was not another story like that last Evil Dead bullshit came out. But yeah, no. But again, thank you both so much for coming on. It's been a blast. Everyone, thank you for watching. Like I said, subscribe, like, comment, share, hype, do all those things, and I will see you soon.